Hello, dear students. In the last session of your environment course, we have already started with environment awareness, in which we have seen about the air pollution, the causes of air pollution, and what are the preventive measures to prevent the air pollution. And we have already seen the awareness, how we can create the awareness about the air pollution. In our today's session, we are going to study about the water pollution. So there are different causes of water pollutions, as you can see here. Various dhobi ghats on the rivers due to washing of clothing, vehicles, domestic animals on the river side. The pollution has been increasing day by day due to the mixing of detergents in the river water. Then second cause is throwing of plastics and garbages into the river sites, as due to the increase in the use of plastics and improper disposal of the garbages on the river side or in the coastal areas, the water is getting highly loaded with all these garbages. Then the clay idols discarded into the rivers, as according to the rituals, the idols of the gods and goddesses is being discarded or placed inside the rivers due to the use of clay in the creation of those idols. These clay does not get dissolved in the water and causes water pollution, ultimately leading to the hazardous effect into the water system. Then human corpse discarded into the river also increases the water pollution. Then due to different types of oil spills in the seas and oceans during the transport with the help of ships, or due to the mixing of industrial waste without treatment inside the rivers and seas and oceans, the large number of oil spills have been discovered in the recent times, due to which the water gets logged with the oil on its surface. The different types of birds pre- get covered with those oils present on the water surface. Ultimately, due to the covering of these oils, the birds cannot fly properly, and ultimately they suffer from various infections, as well as some of the birds even get drowned due to the logging or covering of those oil on their surfaces. Even the aquatic system, all the animals present in the aquatic system also get killed due to the oil spills in the water bodies, as they does not get enough sunlight and oxygen. So these were the causes of water pollution. Now, due to these throwing of garbages, plastics, clay idols, as well as oil spills, different types of pollutants get mixed in the water bodies. For example, heavy metals like chromium, nickel, copper, etc., or some of the inorganic chemicals coming out from the industries get mixed in the waters, like acids, alkalis, and inorganic salts. Various types of nutrients which are present inside the fertilizers or pesticides, like nitrogen and phosphorus, get washed out due to flood and rainwater, and it is mixed inside the rivers or seas and oceans, and due to these nutrients getting mixed inside the water bodies, the problem of eutrophication arises. Eutrophication means here, due to the mixing of these nutrients inside the water bodies, there is excess growth of algal blooms, and due to the excess growth of algae, these algae use all the dissolved oxygen present inside the water bodies, and other fishes, crabs and other water bodies does not get enough amount of oxygen, so the death of those aquatic animals occurs due to the eutrophication process. And other different types of water pollutants are disinfection byproducts like trihalomethanes, etc. And also, these all pollutants contains number of microorganisms which may cause different types of hazardous infections. So these are the number of pollutants which leads to the water pollution. So what are the effects of water pollution, or what kind of harmful effects can occur on the human health due to the mixing of different types of pollutant inside the water? We will see one by one. First one is cadmium, which causes ittai disease. Now, whenever the cadmium is mixed inside the water bodies, and if that water is consumed by the human beings, the ittai disease is caused. This ittai disease was the first disease arised due to the water pollution in the Japan, in which the person suffers from the numbness of bones, joint pains, and even he can't stand properly in the erect position. Here in diagram also you can see the person suffering from the similar disease. Then the second type of infection or the effect caused by water pollution is due to the mixing of mercury inside the water, and the disease caused is Minamata disease. This Minamata disease is caused when the heavy supply of mercury, which is highly toxic to the human being, is mixed in the water bodies. In Minamata disease, the person suffers from the numbness of bones, losing his eyesight, even his neurological disorder also occurs, and the bones become weak due to the consumption of mercury at the higher level. If the infectious agents or the microorganisms increases inside the water bodies, for example due to the mixing of domestic waste or the waters coming out from the toilets directly inside the river water, or the untreated industrial waste, if it is directly mixed inside the water, it contains high number of microorganisms. Even if the garbages are thrown directly in the rivers, it also contains high number of microorganism, and due to the increase in the microorganism, if such water polluted due to the high number of microorganism is consumed by the human beings, then they may suffer from the various infections like dysentery, diarrhea, then loss of appetite, and typhoid and so on. Diseases are caused due to the water getting polluted with the help of microorganisms. And again, as we have discussed earlier, due to the excess nutrients, mixing like nitrogen and phosphorus, if it gets mixed in the bodies, then it may lead to the eutrophication, and eutrophication increase the growth of algal blooms, releasing resulting in the decrease of dissolved oxygen, which affects the aquatic life. These were all the effects caused due to the mixing of different types of pollutants inside the water bodies. So, our main aim is to create an awareness among the people to stop the water pollution or to prevent our environment. So, what we can do to help the people to get aware about the water pollution is, first one, we should not throw any of the rubbish or any of the garbage or any of the waste product inside the water bodies, for which a correct beans or in simple word dustbins are allotted. We should throw all our waste in those dustbins or trash bins which are present in our nearby locality. One should not throw all the garbages or all the waste products at the riverside or at the beaches or at the coastal areas. If we don't have those trash bins or dustbins in our nearby locality, then in simple way carry those waste with you at your home and place it properly in a trash bin or at a disposal site. Then second important thing what we can do to help the water pollution, help to stop the water pollution or prevent the loss of water is, one should use the water wisely. It means we should not keep the tap running when it is not in use, or we can use less water for the bathing and washing purposes. It will prevent the excess loss of water, and the shortage of water can also be prevented due to the proper and minimum use of water. Third thing is we should not throw chemicals, oils, paints, and medicines down in the sink drains or in the toilets. We have there are number of people those who after the using different types of chemicals or medicines whatever it may be, the remainings they throw directly inside the basins or in the toilets, which leads to the mixing of those chemicals inside the drainage water. Ultimately it is released inside the rivers. So there are various different types of sites in the local environmental office and even at various government places in the various cities that helps us in the proper disposal of these medicines and chemicals. What we have to do is we have to just check in our local authority that where these chemical disposal plant is present, and at that place we need to dispose all the chemicals, paints, oils and different types of medicines so that our environment will be safe and water pollution can be avoided. Then the fourth thing which we can do is we should buy environmentally safe cleaning liquids. There are different types of cleansing liquids. If these liquids are directly mixed inside the water bodies, for example different types of detergents are there, different types of cleaners are there, different types of disinfectants are there. If these are directly mixed inside the water bodies, then they may affect the growth of aquatic life. So one should use the environment friendly cleaning reagents, which will cause less effect as compared to the chemical cleansing agents. And they are less dangerous to the environment. Then the fifth factor is, if we are using chemicals and pesticides for our gardens and farms, we should not overuse it. Now, due for the increasing the growth of crops and plants, different types of chemical fertilizers are used. One should take care that these chemical fertilizers are not overused. Instead of that, one should use proper composting system. If it is these pesticides and fertilizers are overused, then it will lead in the process of eutrophication. One should use the biological fertilizers, which will reduce the runoff of chemicals into the nearby water sources. And the last thing which we can do is, if we live close to the water body, we should plant more and more trees and gardens and flowering plants around the rivers and water bodies, so that whenever there is raining, the chemicals from the home will not get easily mixed inside the water bodies. So these are all the effects of water pollution, different types of pollutants which are present inside the water which causes water pollution, and the safety measures about the water pollution. I hope you might have understood and you will create an awareness about the environmental safety in your society. Thank you.